To the left, we have the Samsung S95D. To the right, we have the LG G4. The LG G4 is rocking default professional calibration. The Samsung S95D is rocking my settings. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because you'll find YouTubers like Stop the FOMO, Tech with KG, Be the Installer, the list goes on of hobbyist YouTubers that will whip the TVs out of the box and do these comparisons, to which many of you have given those videos thumbs up, glowed about how amazing the picture quality looks, and I'm here to show you what that so-called amazing picture quality looks like versus an actual calibration. And as you can clearly see, there is no competition whatsoever. The way the LG G4 ships is unacceptable, right? To say it's unacceptable, though, is a gross understatement. It's so unacceptable that it looks broken and or dated. Like it came decades from the past, and I'm taking my old TV and saying, like, hey guys, look at the TV to the left. This is my brand new TV I just bought. Isn't it amazing? Look at my 10-year-old TV to the right. Gosh, it's so amazing what technology can do in just a couple of decades. You would believe me if I opened the video like that, right? Who wouldn't? Because that's what it looks like. It looks like a TV from 10 years old. Now, I have talked about the color differences between QD-OLED and WOLED, and people do not like that, to which I do not care. The technology of quantum dots being placed on OLED panels is an innovation and a step forward for a reason. There is a reason why it is seen as a step up from WOLED. A WOLED cannot compete, and you're seeing it in clear cut evidence, right? The colors are washed, the colors are pale, the colors are trash. And again, many people will be like, well, most people don't calibrate. Okay, well, if you're a plug and play kind of guy, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get an image that just doesn't look good at all, and there is no nice way to say that. It doesn't look good. Anyone saying that it looks good out of the box is a liar. That is the only avenue this goes. This doesn't go, you're slightly deceptive, you're kind of misleading. No, you're just a straight up liar. Because out of the box, it's an ugly picture. It's very blurry. And honest to God, this comparison shocked me more than any others I've ever done. Because when I took the Samsung S95D out of the box for the first time, and I calibrated and I did all this stuff, and I started comparing, I noticed that the contrast comparatively to other OLEDs wasn't really great. This TV, the Samsung S95D, looks every bit as good, and I don't have any real problems when I go next to any other display. In fact, when I'm looking at, let's say, the LG G4 to the right, I don't notice a contrast loss at all. Instead, quite the opposite. I'm noticing the Samsung has more three-dimensionality and more depth, which I didn't even think that was humanly possible given the differences between these two displays. The Samsung has so much more depth, in fact, that when I look at it, it literally looks like something from like the future by comparison to what I'm looking at on the LG G4. That should not happen, right? When we're talking about, oh, it's so amazing and it's wonderful. Now, I can confirm that the LG G4 is vastly superior with one thing over the S95D, and that is its upscaling capabilities. Its upscaling capabilities, at least as far as low bitrate content and making sure that it's virtually noiseless, is incredible because I have no noise reduction on of any kind, and things that have grain to them, it just gets cleaned up beautifully, where on Samsung, not the case. However, Samsung claimed this year that they had an AI 4K upscaling feature. I can definitely say that that is absolutely legit because comparatively to what LG is doing, LG looks blurry. That indicates that there is something different happening on the Samsung that isn't happening on the LG. Now, this is quite honestly one of the more horrific examples that I could show you. As you're looking at the Pirates of the Caribbean sequence here happening on the screen, notice how green the LG G4 looks in this scene. And I mean damn green. You don't see the ambient light. Everything about Calypso's face is literally jaundiced, like she's seasick. This is that effect that I was telling you that the LG G4 just has and does. It has it and does it to like a point of overkill. Now, the Samsung S95D on camera is looking crushed out because it has extreme dynamic range with far deeper blacks than what we're getting on the LG G4 in this near black scene. And again, it's not crushed, it just looks great. I'll try to open up my ISO or my camera sensitivity light so you can see a little bit more, But I'm telling you right now, like, the G4 looks fucking green. It just looks green. And I don't know why more people aren't talking about this, but this is the issue. But again, director's intent, right? Accuracy, reference accuracy, industry standards, yada yada. Look at that fucking face. Look at Calypso's face. It is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable that this is happening on a TV that is $2,599.99 plus tax. What we're now going to do is we're going to run that sequence back. We're going to hit pause, okay? We're going to pause. And what I'm going to do now, since you see how green she looks in this example, I'm going to actually do it again, okay? We're going to go ahead and hit reset for everybody saying, oh, he just does something to the settings. People love to say that. Well, literally no change. It's fucking green, man. It's fucking green. There's no way around how green it looks, and we'll run it back and run it back. And guess what? It's fucking green. Look at that face. Look at that face right now. Like, the difference. You don't have the ambient light of somebody in a prison with a lot of tungsten light, which is what this scene would have. If you don't know what tungsten light is, tungsten is very warm light. That is what's going to happen when you're under a boat in the fucking jail and you're literally sitting there in the brig, freaking damn, in a dark scene like this, where jaundice is the only thing professional accuracy could give you when you rock the industry standards. Now, I am showing this off so you can see without a shadow of a doubt that what they are calling reference accurate and the industry standards are literally 30 years old, and you are seeing an image that looks like it's 30 years old. Now, some of these examples, like this one, are so dramatic that you can't help but notice there is just a washed look about the LG G4. And you can notice it in the rocks, you can notice it in the water, you can notice it in literally any and everything that is about picture quality. And the reality of this situation that we find ourselves in is that year after year, we have all of the mainstream guys, Digital Trends, HD TV Test, the list goes on, tell you how amazing the LG OLED C4 is. Is it the TV of the year? Is this the best LG OLED ever made? But look at it. Seriously, take a look, because I'm looking on camera on the monitor, on the viewfinder, and I'm looking, and that difference between the color, how that flower over there is really cold, and that flower over there is accurate. It looks like the proper color it's supposed to be of a flower I've seen before in the world. Now, don't get me wrong, we have flowers that are that shade of purple, but as the examples start to continue on, you can kind of see a lot more of what I'm talking about. And again, in an example with flowers, just look at the grass. Look at the different shade of green. I've never seen grass that's like dead looking like that, unless it was actually dead, but that's not what it's supposed to look like. And I think we all can understand, especially when sunlight is supposed to be warming up the light or up the base of the flower. Again, you're not getting that on the LG C4. And again, looking at this example, look at that waterfall. Look at all the color you are just not getting on the LG G4. Now again, I say this for people who do not calibrate, who do not know how to calibrate, who do not hire calibrators. That probably covers a lot of people. This is what your TV looks like. And this is what it always has looked like and probably always will look like if you don't do that. Now, there is no secret that on this channel, I offer a service where for $4.99, I change the dynamics of your picture quality for the absolute better so that everybody can experience what I'm looking at. I did make settings for the LG G4. However, this entire comparison will be without those settings because there is no shortage of purists and their fans that like to say that my work is oversaturated. So if my work is oversaturated, then I will gladly show you what they are talking about as reference accurate. This is their reference accurate look. This is it, folks. Take a good look. Suck it up. Take it in. Washed, muted, flat, ugly color with no three-dimensionality. It doesn't resemble the world we live in today. And this is something I fight year after year after year with no real change. And all I hear about is how people say, oh, well, it's not realistic. What you like is cartoonish. No, I've been to the ocean and it has green and different gradations in the water. An ocean never looks flat like that. I've never seen one without gradations. Look at the three-dimensionality and the color sphere that's popping off all these different colors. The difference in the dimensionality of color, the variance, the vibrancy. This is what OLED's about. This is what Quantum.OLED is all about. And this is why I champion it harder than I champion any other technology type. Look at the sunset. You ever seen a sunset that looks washed like that one did? No. You've never seen that in the real world. And when I make these correlations, there are people that get offended and they get angry. And again, sack up, bro. I mean, I'm not here to coddle anyone. Like, this is reality. It's like amateur hour is over. All the guys that sit up there with their damn cell phones and an auto ISO and sit there and lie to you and tell you how amazing this damn TV is, they too have to sit there and taste this video. Because this leaves such a bitter taste in everyone's mouth. When you can look at something that's so bad, and I mean so bad, like this example right here, it's undeniable what's happening. They're literally holding on to 30-year-old standards. And the reason I throw that out there as much as I do is because the displays have changed over 30 years. We have quantum dots. We have OLEDs on a third generation panel that are able to get over 2000 nits by my measuring, over 2100 plus. I mean, we have technology that has evolved, but yet our color science for SDR has not. To the point where now a reference accurate calibration looks like your old TV. Again, if I started this segment off saying, guys, look at how amazing my brand new TV is. I upgraded from this old TV. You would believe it. Not a soul alive wouldn't believe that, because the whole idea of TV innovation is getting more colorful, better contrasted images with better brightness that resemble the real world. Because right now there isn't a single television that covers our full visual spectrum. We're still trying to catch up to human vision. That's what color space is all about, BT 2020, so on and so forth. And so when I hear guys say that what I do is oversaturated or what I like is oversaturated, it shows that they don't fully understand, like truly, they don't understand what actual imagery is all about. And again, look at how dead everything to the right looks. It's just dead. That's the only look that you could attribute. Death. It doesn't look like something that has the next generation technology in it. And if you seriously went to Best Buy and saw a TV that looked like that and walked out with a TV that looked like that over a TV that looks like this, you need to get your eyes checked. Because there is no realm or world where the LG G4 out of the box and filmmaker mode, ISF modes, any modes competes at all with a Quantum.OLED that actually has been fully optimized. Now this will be my last example, and I hope you take it all in and you understand what I'm showing here, not as an attack against LG, but as an attack on the old ways, the old standards. And honestly speaking, the lies that we hear about the LG G4 looking a way that it truly doesn't look out of the box. Too many people like the sensationalism of YouTube views and clout. I don't give a damn about any of that. I like the truth. And the truth is, look at the amount of dimensionality the Samsung S95D has comparatively to the LG G4. Now, after this comparison, you'll likely hear a lot of people say, yeah, obviously the calibrated TV that you did looks a lot better, but this is also a calibration. This is reference accurate calibration versus something that is not reference accurate in the least. So what are we to suggest? My way's better? But I've been saying that all along. The point of this video is simply this. No matter how you slice it, the way that we have gone about these TVs is wrong, and we might want to rethink them. Food for thought.